play ball. Although 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins. Whoa, what happened to our sound? And
there it is.
The Carolina Panthers. This is much more live with Aaron and John. Sorry, I think that music was a little too loud there, but, you know. We done messed up. We done messed up, dude.
We done messed up.
Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode numero 511.
Excellent.
Episode 500.
That will therefore be known as Dwayne Haskins Cut!
Or the 500 plus Mark Rippon episode.
Or the 500 Mark Rippon.
I see Sean is in the peanut gallery. What's up, dude? Yeah, la 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 low key. Do we want to talk about the game first, or
no? We want to talk about Dwayne Haskins.
What Al Galdi today? Al Galdi called it the Haskins debacle.
Yeah, he called it the Haskins debacle, quote unquote.
Is that what we're talking about?
We're
First,
talking about Dwayne Haskins, number one.
Oh, you don't want to talk about us blowing? I'm sorry, Dwayne Haskins clinching the playoffs for us?
We're going to talk about that as we go forward. But first, cut! What? That was quite possibly the worst game I've ever watched a quarterback in the NFL. And I watched Buck Fumble play for us. Cut! Oh! It absolutely blew my mind that he came out and continued playing in the third quarter of that game. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he got put back in at that point.
We were calling for him to be benched from the first possession.
Oh,
were
yeah,
we not?
Absolutely. I was Heineke on our Discord channel. I was just on there going Heineke, put him in.
I don't know. I asked at least 10 times in the Discord channel who the backup quarterback was. I don't think anyone knew for sure that it was Heineke. Some people were saying Montez. Some people were saying Heineke. I thought it might be Logan Thomas. I didn't either. Heineke came in there and within like the last 10 minutes of the game did as much as Haskins did the entire game. Did he not?
He did more than Haskins did for the entire game. He did not go ahead of him in yards or anything like that. But you know,
he was within 20 yards.
All over.
He was within 20 yards of what he did on less passes and had a touchdown. In fact, let's go ahead and bring up those stats because I've got them over here. I think. Yeah, here we go. Washington passing. Dwayne Haskins was 14 of 20. This is the last time we will see this on here. I'm just going to say. Dwayne Haskins, 14 of 28 for 154 and 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And he was sacked twice, both of which I think were his fault. Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke, 12 of 19. So he had 2 less completions on 9 less attempts for 137.
Mm-hmm.
That's less. What is that? 17. My math serves me well. It's 17 yards less. 1 touchdown. That's 7 points more. And 0 interceptions.
Yep.
He was sacked once for 7. He had a quarterback rating of only 48.1. How's that? That's it? Yeah, but he was based on 1 quarter of play.
Yeah.
And there's another stat that's not on here, and that's that Dwayne Haskins also lost a fumble on what I thought was an incomplete pass, but, 3 turnovers, dude. 3 turnovers.
I knew they were going to call that a fumble, too. I knew they would.
Yeah, you called it, dude. You called it.
I didn't call Haskins. There were tons of people who were online at halftime being like, how come Haskins is still in the game? How is he still playing? Like, was Taylor Heineke that bad in practice? He didn't look bad in the game. I know he was throwing against a prevent defense, but he didn't look bad in the game. He looked like he knows what he started an NFL game before this game. He started a game before. He's not some guy who hasn't tried to prove himself. He's injury prone. Before, like, is his worst problem. He could very well be like a good backup quarterback if he doesn't continue keep getting, getting the
shaft.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get injured. Well, yeah. I think it was Shanny's Glass Eye in the Discord room today was talking about, actually, I will quote Shanny's Glass Eye right now. You're not owed an NFL career, and it annoys me to think all of the guys who never got a shot and worked their butts off to be pros, and then this kid wasted it.
Yeah, yeah. And J.J. Watt doing that, just having that quote like right after the game because he knows there's people on his team who are like that.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what did J.J. Watt say?
Just he said exactly that. He said it was like a 2.5-minute speech, like soliloquy he did. And he was basically like, we work our butts off to play a game, and we get paid a lot of money to play a game, which people would kill to play this game. And that's why we have fans, and that's why fans are so important to us and all this stuff. And some people just act like they don't care. Like they don't care. They're not professional football players.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's one thing. I think it was J.P. Finley. He was like, you may be able to get away with being bad and making mistakes like that off the field and slacking off if you're talented, but you can't be both. He's like, it's either one or the other one. You can't get away with both in this league.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why is Sean in the injuries? Why is the injury specialist telling us he can't see? Is the podcast messed up?
It looks fine on
yeah, I don't know. I think
it looks fine on YouTube.
Oh, that was at 6:53. Well, dude, the podcast doesn't start till 7. Come on, man.
Oh,
gee, give us a break. Which reminds me,
I can't see.
That was a very Haskins thing to say because I read today that a lot of the coaches. In fact, here's the quote. I'm pulling it back up in the Discord room. This was via Les Carpenter from the Post. He said, I don't know who he got this quote from, but Les Carpenter's article is quoted as saying, coaches were stunned by his constant late arrivals to meetings, failure to master the playbook, and refusal to prepare for games as diligently as NFL quarterbacks must. Several around the organization questioned his ability to lead. It was like he was aloof, dude. He just...
Yeah.
They didn't say he was dumb. They just said that he was like what, nonchalant about everything is the word.
That's
I guess
what it sounds like. Yeah.
Shanny's Glass Eye is wiggling his wire. Apparently, dude. Where's the moderator? We can't be putting that in the posts. Sean in. You need to reprimand. You're the moderator, dude. Yeah, so can we talk about the game a little bit?
All right. Let's go into the game.
There were 2 reasons in my mind. It wasn't all of Haskins' fault. The other reason why I think we lost, we abandoned the run while our quarterback sucked. Why would you do that? We were tearing it up running. I was like, don't even pass it again. And as soon as they pass it, we march backwards or have incompletes or interceptions or that fumble was the first one. Remember we were marching and then like he had that fumble pass or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
yeah, dude, we had 4 runs in a row that was like 7 yards. I think it was like 7 and then 7 and then like Ron or Peyton Barber ran for 9 yards and I like stood up. I was like, oh my God, what just happened? And we had another run after that. And then Norvell's son decided he just wanted to pass the ball. Woo!
Dude, we had 15. I'm just looking at the running
quarterback.
I'm looking at the running backs here. We only had 15. Is that right? Yeah, 15 carries. But we had, let me add it up, over 100 yards rushing on 15 carries, and we stopped running it. Yeah, when our quarterback was horrible. The only person you can blame for that is Norvell's son. I mean, and then he tried some cutesy play that I didn't even see what happened. I was like, what happened? I think they like did some inside handoff or something on like a 4th down. Was that right? I don't know. I don't think it was going to get, I disagree with Shanny's glass eye. I don't think it was going to get out of hand. I think that if they just kept handing off and then having Haskins throw for 2 or 3 yards when he needed to, we would have been all right. I mean, they couldn't stop the run on us.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. They could not stop the run, and we were just. I mean, I was aghast that they just stopped the run for no reason. I hate
that. Even when it was like you get down by 1 score or even 2 scores in the second quarter, and you're going to abandon the run. You've got a half a game left. You can get 2 scores running the ball most of the time. And I don't understand why. And if
you're running it effectively. Then why do you stop? I never understand that.
If you're running it effectively by the 4th quarter, I guarantee you that defense is going to be worn.
Super tired. Super duper tired.
And we had 3 running backs. It's not like one dude was out there taking the bulk. There was only 15 carries. But I'm just saying, it's not like one dude. It wasn't on one guy. We had 3 running backs doing it.
Yeah.
Peyton Barber, 1 for 10. McKissick, 4 for 15. And all of them, out of those 3 running backs, Gibson had a long of 22. Heineke. Yeah, I can talk about him. He ran it 3 times for 22 himself with a long of 12. McKissick had a long of 9, and Barber had a long of 10 on only 15 carries.
Yeah. I know. Jay Gruden, Club Jay used to do the same thing, and we'd just be like, "Why do you stop running the ball?"
I hate it.
Pound it. Just
I hate it.
Just pound it.
I did not want it unless they were setting up Haskins for, known failure. Like, we know he sucks. Let's just prove it to the world so we can get rid of him. I don't know.
Maybe Ron was going to fire him last week, and ownership was like, no, he's the best thing we have. We have to start him and see if he can, somehow miraculously get us out of the hole and win the game. And like, I don't know, maybe Ron wanted to fire him and they didn't want him to, and he put him in, and finally at the 4th quarter he just couldn't take it anymore, and he finally pulled him out. See what you've made us do? Now we have to win this final game. We have to beat Philadelphia. We have to beat Philadelphia, or the Giants or Cowboys, whoever wins that game is going to win the division.
I don't know why we didn't cut him before the week, to tell you the truth.
I think it might be because of the ownership. I don't know. Everybody knows that Haskins was a Dan Snyder guy. Like, Dan Snyder loved that guy.
He's horrible. I mean, he was probably the worst quarterback I've ever seen for the Redskins, and that's saying a lot.
It really is. It really is. Like, I was thinking about it today. I was like, Josh Johnson, who won a game.
Like, there was
Tony Banks of
No, they said Haskins was 3-10 on his career for the Redskins, I think.
3-10. 3-10.
But
he beat the Eagles.
I mean, I couldn't quite put my finger on it when I was watching the game, but I think I kind of figured it out. Like, remember how last week how we were all like, he has no pocket presence. He just stands there and gets nailed. It was like someone told him that, because this week he would like do these flip outs like candy cane moves
he'd start
when no one was near him.
Whoa! Yeah,
when no one was near him.
He'd go, hey, wait, whoa!
He still didn't have any presence. Like, no one was near him, so he just like decided, like, maybe I should move, because people kept saying I like stood in one place. So he just kept doing these rollouts. I'm not sure the proper term for it, but you know what I mean.
Like someone just showed him how to do that move, like right before. It's like, dude, do this move. And so he's like, all right. And he's like doing it, but he's doing it like all huge and expansive. So he looks around. There's like no one within like 3 or 4 yards of him.
And then he does it anyway. And then he gets sacked.
He does it anyway.
Rolls right into a sack. He did that at least 2 or 3 times. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? You just look like if I was playing quarterback and I was like, I need to do some kind of rollout here. It was like the quarterback version.
Crushed by the Schweitzer brothers.
It was the quarterback version of you at the beach blitz when you were trying to kick. Oh my goodness.
John the kicker.
You know who else was bad? Let's talk about it. Which one of the Sims brothers fumbled?
Steve Sims. Why?
Junior.
Again, and I've seen this like all over media since the game. Why is Steven Sims Jr. returning punts? He's been fumbling punts since last year. He's still getting it. Is he the best guy we've got? We can't put someone else back there? Really?
Dude, what about AGG? Well, he can't catch either, apparently.
That guy is a midget, man. He is tiny. He is I can't believe he's like in the NFL. He looks like he's like on the JV team.
Sims, you mean?
And that's dude. And that's like comparing like in recent terms, we had like that little guy Richardson, that wide receiver.
Dude, he's not nearly as small as Brandon Banks, though. That guy was teeny.
Brandon Banks, little BB hummingbird. That guy was teeny. But
he's the star of Canada now.
This guy isn't much taller than him, though.
I'm sure Kenny Ken watches him all the time.
BB Hummingbird, check him out on 3rd.
BB Hummingbird.
3rd and 4.
I'm eating my dinner on the air, dude.
What is that?
It's cornbread.
Hot pocket. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread. Beans and cornbread.
I don't get it. It's good cornbread too. Cornbread. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, he had mission. I had mission. This is my mission right here, dude. This is it. My mission cornbread. I just finished up. The Alabama white sauce there is so good. Anyway, all right, let's keep going.
Cam dropped passes. Yes, Cam did. People were dropping passes. Logan Thomas was trying his hardest to not drop passes. But other than that, like our wide receivers were really, really in trouble without Terry McLaurin out there getting double teamed all the time.
They were stank.
They were just getting like picked off like they were gnats.
They were stank,
like,
dude. Here's the receiving stats. Our leading receiver was McKissick. So not only did he have 15 yards running, he had 77 yards, 8 receptions for 77, which means he was dumped off to 8 times.
Yeah. And
Logan
he was
Thomas,
out there.
another 7.
And dude, even though he was hit 8 times receiving, he was out there in the flat numerous times where Dwayne Haskins just didn't look his way. Looking at whoever was supposed to be the number 1 receiver and just. And what was it? Looking at. That's who I'm looking at, and then whoa!
Wait, what was it?
That's exactly what it was. Exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, we kept talking about that during the game. Like he would just look at the one guy the entire way, and he would throw it to him even if he wasn't open. And what was the deal with? You said that I think this was before we went on the air in the pregame or the pre-podcast. Which was over in the live podcast room if you guys ever want the pre-podcast. Anyway, on the pre-podcast, you were saying about how some of the defenders came over and warned him about that. like our team, and he didn't care?
And they said in the preseason, I think there was film of it or something like that, that Thomas Davis, who is incidentally is retiring after the game Sunday, from his NFL season.
Instantly.
Yeah. He like went over there and he was just like, we know where your passes are going because you're just staring down your receivers. And and he was just like, all right, yeah, okay, whatever. And he didn't do anything about it and was just like really nonchalant about the whole thing. And the guy, and like, I guess Davis was just like, all right. But I guess that's a really good example of him not really taking his position of being a leader seriously.
Or just his job, like trying to get better.
His job, yeah.
Like that's why Thomas Davis played 14 years, and Haskins played 1 and
16.
Almost 2. 16?
Almost 2. 16.
Almost
16 seasons.
16 versus 2. Not even 2.
Right.
One in, well, he got benched. So how many games did he play this year? Like 8? 1.5. We'll say 1.5 years. 1.5 years. Another bust, dude.
Dude. You know what? You know what's like the worst thing of all? Number 7. Number 7 should always belong to this guy, Joe Theismann. This is my Hallmark Christmas ornament on my tree. Joe Theismann is the real number 7. I can't believe I don't think Theismann's ever going to say publicly that he's mad about it. He's going to be all like goofy and you know, as you'd expect. But I think privately, he's going to fume about that. What a joke. They're never going to like unretire his number again. I'll tell you that.
Oh no, they're not.
And they're not going to do it with anybody else. I don't know why. Why are they fawning over this guy so much back in the day? And now, like he's went through today and he went unclaimed, so any team can sign him.
The stuff that I read today also said that back in the day, like, who was it? It was Diana Rossini had an article that back before they
yes,
I don't want to misquote her.
Right.
But when they came out of that they almost threw up in the war room when I guess Dan Snyder was making them draft Haskins. So one of the scouts or someone came out and said that they almost threw up because they felt so strongly about his suckitude. Yeah.
It, like there you go, right there in a nutshell is exactly what was wrong with Dan Snyder. And apparently he got hit with another lawsuit or something like that today, like just today.
Oh, look at this. Shanny's Glass Eye reports that Theismann said that Dwayne stopped talking to him shortly after he was drafted.
Huh.
Did Dwayne really just think he was all that, or was he just nonchalant? Like the article I read said that he wasn't ever rude or like undermining the coaches or anything.
Right. It's I don't know if,
or is it just like okay. One of those guys that is just like you tell him and you're like, okay, well, did you hear me? You know what I mean? Like, okay. Well, are you gonna do anything about it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So what are you gonna do about that?
Like, sorry, I'm late, coach. Sorry, I'm late. Well, then don't be late again.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I don't understand because I'm not there. So it sounded like people were having trouble putting into words how he interacted.
Unprofessional.
But he was not a leader. We can say that. I don't even know how he got the captaincy. I guess the players voted him captain. So the players must have liked him at least at some point.
Every starting quarterback at the beginning of the year is the captain.
You know who's the captain
team
now?
Yeah, Chase Young is the captain now, who had a good game. He had an awesome game. Both had really good games again.
Chase Young had an amazing game, and I believe, like, I don't know how this stuff works, but I read an article that said that Pro Football Focus said that it was his best game of the year based on their whatever grading system that they do.
Yeah.
What was his stat line here? Let's see.
Montez Sweat.
4 tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, and 2 for a loss.
For
Chase Young.
Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and for Montez Sweat, he had a sack, a couple of tackles. Cole Holcomb had a sack, 11 tackles total.
Cameron Curl's coming up. He's going to be pretty good, dude. He's been coming up strong in the last few weeks.
7th round pick. Darby, 3 passes defended for him. One for Fuller, one for Bostic.
All these guys are kind of stepping up. With the only dude on the whole team that's not stepping up is Haskins when he's not on the team anymore. Apke, it's like all these dudes are playing their butts off. They're getting better.
Rookie dude, Khaleke Hudson.
They're showing promise.
Yeah, these guys, especially these late round picks, surprisingly, are all showing promise. You know who's not showing promise? That cut Haskins.
Dude, the fact that I read another article that said the fact that the football team cut him before the end of the season instead of waiting until next week and then cutting him is kind of like a how do they phrase it? I don't remember. It's kind of like a sign to the other teams in the league, like, you guys don't want this dude. Otherwise, they would have waited until after the last game and cut him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like really. It's an unwritten signal. Like, if you cut someone one game before the end of the year, no one, you shouldn't mess with this guy.
It's like that team was so done with this guy, they couldn't even get to the end of the season dealing with him. So that I think right there, that's a warning sign to everybody, just that alone. Mm-hmm. It's like, why are they cutting him now?
Did you see the video? We got 2 things to talk about. First, the video of Chase Young going on and talking to Taylor Heineke when he got in there. Like, Chase Young was apparently mic'd up. And he went in there something and said something like, "You're balling," or "Keep balling," or something like that. And Heineke was like, "That's what I do." And then he comes back off and was telling the other players about it. He was like, "I went in there and said, 'Keep balling,' and he said, 'That's what I do.' I like this guy." Basically.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then there's the video, the footage that we saw after Dwayne Haskins got benched. And what was that weird thing where he came running on and, like he was going to play?
What was that? What is he doing?
He's like was he refused? Did he refuse to accept the fact that he'd been benched?
Right. I mean, I guess in his defense, maybe he thought he had to go on because Heineke was hurt or something like that. So he was starting to run on or
Heineke was off taking selfies with fans because he got into the game
before the game was over. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
I forgot about that from last season. Cut!
That was
super cut.
He didn't even come. He didn't come on for victory formation, right? Like, didn't a backup have to come on? What happened with that?
Yeah.
Like Colt McCoy or somebody.
Colt McCoy or somebody. I don't know.
Speaking of,
remember, I totally forgot about it until someone wrote about it in the post, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" I totally forgot about it.
I want to show you something, dude, and then we can discuss this.
All right.
Bleacher Report after the draft, quoting Dwayne Haskins. This is BR that we're actually quoting on our website. I mean, on our podcast. The league done messed up.
The league done messed up.
Was it the league or the Redskins?
Riddle me this. Was it the league or the Redskins?
It was the Redskins that done messed up.
No, and unfortunately, it really was Dan Snyder messed up. But because he messed up, once again, the Redskins messed up. It's all Dan Snyder.
Hindsight's 20/20, but I don't think it was the league that messed up. I think that it was the Redskins that messed up, and then you messed up by
sucking,
not studying, and
not doing your job. That's it. Do your job, man.
Dude, in 1 week.
He had a $14.4 million contract. I think 4.4 of it is still owed to him, and he may not get it because the Redskins might be like, we fired him because he seems to have like the intellect of an 8-year-old.
Yeah, and dude, not only that, but on his way out of the league, he had to pay $40,000.
Yeah, right.
For done messing up. He had to pay $40,000 for his girlfriend's birthday party with a stripper. I don't know where I come from. There's not very many women that would want to go see a stripper on her birthday, but
right.
I don't know that. At least not the kind of women. At least not the type of women that I would hang out with. But
I've heard of that.
Look at you. I've heard of that.
I've heard of that.
I've heard of that, dude. It's not that. it's not that uncommon, man.
It's not all that uncommon. I guess it just depends on.
I've heard of that. It just depends if you're hanging out with Haskins. Anyway,
hanging out with Haskins or not.
Anyway, can I get him off the screen now? Are we done?
Please.
Is this the last time we're going to show him on the screen ever?
Dude, the league done messed up. I don't know. I hope so.
Get a good
lead.
Someone's
going to sign him, dude. He's cleared waivers. Someone is going to sign him. Someone is going to sign him. I swear. Someone's going to sign him.
Not us.
You know who's not? Bing! Cut!
Anyway,
Cut.
It was basically my worst nightmare. My precarious prediction, I believe, was pretty close this week when I said that if Alex Smith did not play, we would lose. What was the score? Something close.
You said 15-5.
That was the last week, dude.
Oh, sorry.
I think I said 17-12.
For this one?
Yeah. I think I said 17-12.
Oh, it was 20-13. So
Sean N needs to start a channel in Discord that keeps track of my precarious predictions. Oh, they're already giving out games and kicks. Should we do that? Or do we need to bring on Sean N for the injury report? Or we'll do games and kicks first?
Let's do the injury report first, and then we'll go into games and kicks, and we'll go back and go through what they've got listed on there.
Okay, here we go.
We've got a bunch in our Discord channel. Come check out our Discord channel. If you're on YouTube, you can see our Discord address right below me under Harry Hog Football, discord.gg/5YW5YF
Or it's right under John's chinny chin chin on the YouTube video. You can get it there. All right, so we have to give out our game balls first.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award is not. I don't know who it's brought to you by. It's not really sponsored by anyone. The only thing that's sponsored is the Kick and the Balls Award.
Maybe we'll come up with a sponsor.
We need a new sponsor for the Game Ball.
Maybe Josh will show up and do a new.
I invited him for this evening.
Jingle for somebody.
He said he couldn't do it tonight.
He had to go rid of poo.
He's busy. Oh, you know what I was watching yesterday? It was cracking me up. I was watching the old Wonder Woman series, and like the song at the beginning, like the lyrics to it. Dude, the lyrics are so hilarious. I don't remember them. Yeah. It's something about protecting us in your silky pants or something like that.
No way.
All I know is I was listening to the lyrics and I was cracking up, and it was something completely like Josh would write. Because if you guys don't know, Josh writes jingles for various companies and things. Wonder Woman theme song lyrics. Let me see what they are. Oh yeah, here it is. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the red,
What?
white,
Are
and
you
blue.
serious? Are you serious? No
Hey,
way.
this could be our new theme song for the team. Wonder Team, Wonder Team. All the world's waiting for you and the power you possess. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights, and the old burgundy and the old burgundy and gold. Wonder Team, now the world is ready for you. And the wonders you can do. Let me say it how Trevor Badich would. Now the world is ready for you and the wonders you can do. Make a hawk a dove, stop a war with love. Make a liar tell the truth. Wonder Team, get us out from under, Wonder Team. All our hopes are pinned. Wait, hold on. Pinned more. On you. And the magic that you do. Stop a bullet cold. Make the axis fall. Change their minds and change the world. Wonder Team. You're a wonder team. There you go. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights.
Fighting for your rights.
And the old red, white, and blue.
And the old burgundy and gold too.
Wonder Team. Dun, 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 dun. In your satin tights, fighting for your rights. We don't want to get a copyright strike for singing the Wonder Woman.
For singing what we assume is the Wonder Woman theme.
It is according to Google.
I don't really know. Yeah, but like the actual theme part of it, I think we're just kind of belting out a generic 70s kind of thing lyrics, so it might be about right.
Oh, it is. I heard it. I told you I watched it with the golden lasso and and the bracelets. Ding,
yeah,
ding,
dude.
ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
I actually saw the first episode, and they like the pilot got shot when he was coming down onto Paradise Island, and they're like, we've never seen a man before, and they're like going over there and they're like helping him, and then they had a contest to see between the Amazon women or the Paradise Island women, I guess, of who would be the one that would take him back to civilization.
And it was
Wonder Woman. Yeah, she got into a duel with the other Wonder person.
With the
other Wonder Woman.
Probably with what's her name? Artemis?
I don't know, but the duel.
No, dude. Remember.
It was Artemis. So the duel against in the duel, they weren't shooting at each other. One person would shoot, and they'd get like 10 shots, and the person was going ching 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 ching. And so when it was the other woman's turn, Wonder Woman was shooting at her, and she like missed one and was like, ugh. And they're like, well, I guess you won, Wonder Woman. Your prize,
because you're alive and she's not.
Your prize that you risked your life for was so you can take this dude back to whence he came. Anyway, enough about Wonder Woman. All right, let's get back to some football here. Let's get serious.
Fighting for your rights.
In your satin tights. All right. Okay,
Right.
all right. We're in the game balls now, right? I played the song,
Game
right?
balls. Yeah. Game balls.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
There were a lot of really good people, especially on the defensive line in this game. Chase Young, he recovered another fumble.
Did he recover one? I know he knocked one out.
I can't remember. It just it seems like he's like, I mean, he's the key to every game. He's the best player on our defense already.
Oh, he's by far the best.
Yeah.
Is he getting yours? Is he getting your game ball?
Yeah, he gets my game ball. Chase Young.
That was a good one. And Shanny's glass eye said yes, he did. I'm thinking he's meaning recovering the fumble.
Yeah, I think he did.
All right, well, my game ball is going to none other than Chase Young also. Because he was insane in this game, just like every other game. He shows his leadership, kicked some butt, hyped up the new quarterback that was off the street for 2 weeks, which is a sign of a leader.
Yeah.
Kept the team going. So, yeah, I'm so glad we picked him up. Remember at the beginning of the year before the draft, I was like, I don't know if we should get that guy. I don't remember who I was saying we should get, but maybe
we should get a quarterback.
A quarterback, which,
or offensive lineman. You wanted offensive lineman.
The offensive line, I got to hand it to them, have held up way better than I thought they would this year. Like, way better.
Even Schweitzer.
All of them.
Comparatively speaking.
We're never like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the best they can. And we're never like we never have time for anyone to throw the ball and they're going to be abused. Now, we're going to see Taylor Heineke back there this weekend. In the prime time, because the game got moved to 8:20 prime time Sunday night.
Are we
in America?
Are we though? We're gonna have to wait for the injury specialist to find out.
For what?
If we are gonna see Tyler Heineke, it's possible we could see Alex Smith.
Yeah, true. You're exactly right. If obviously we want Alex Smith to play if he can play. If it's at all possible for him to play, he needs to be the guy that's in there.
Yeah, he's got to try to get us to the playoffs.
Can't believe that Steven Sims fumbled another punt. It just went right on through. Like it was in his sleeve.
And into the end zone.
Just crazy.
Injury specialist.
And that was the difference in the game.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to the, let's see, game balls in the peanut gallery. Shanny's glass eye is going to J.D. McKissick, who, like I already said, had, I think, over 100 all-purpose yards. J.D.
Oh, yeah.
J.D. McKissick had a touchdown on 8 receptions, 77 yards. His longest reception was 29. And, yeah, but all-purpose, he had 4 for 15. So, yeah, almost 100. I can't add. So, but he did have a touchdown, and he touched the ball 12 times and almost 100 yards, which is pretty good.
And Peyton Barber he was a 10-yard run that he had. He had one run. It was a 10-yard run. A 10-yard run for Peyton Barber. Why did we stop? Even Peyton Barber got 10 yards.
Dude, even Robert Foster, who you like to joke, had one long pass for 28.
Robert Stinkin' Foster.
Robert Stinkin' Foster. Not to be confused with Robert Frost, the poet. Didn't he write like The Path Less Taken or something like that?
And fences make great neighbors. They do.
You know all about that, dude.
I do.
I don't know if they make great neighbors, but they make it so you don't have to see your ungreat ones.
I love my fence.
Game ball,
my fence.
Sean is copying us and giving his game ball to Chase Young.
Chase Young. He's
Can't blame him. Can't blame him. Let me see. Anyone else? That's it. That's all that's in the peanut. I guess a lot of people are, doing post holiday things. Post holiday. I guess we're still in the holidays, right? There's just less bowl games to watch. Like you were talking about wanting to watch the Toilet Bowl, whatever was on.
I know. And it's usually there's one a game. I mean, even against like Northwest, Southwest Missouri State versus, Utah State, Valley State, Big Sun.
Yeah,
Canyon
it's usually
State.
Some game, and I'm like, I think I'm going to settle in and watch this crap.
I'm going to settle in and watch these like really small like college, like, Ivy Leaguers run against each other.
The weird thing is for me is like Monday night, which was last night. Yeah. I was like, I'm ready to watch like a bowl game. And you were like, well, Monday Night Football is on. And I was like, after yesterday, I don't really want to watch any NFL today. I was like, I don't want to watch it. I heard the Patriots got spanked.
They did.
In the satin tights.
Inside tights, fighting for your rights. Wonder Woman.
All these COVID outbreaks. I'm getting sick of them.
All the COVID outbreaks.
I'm so sick of them. Anyway,
I can't stand them. Give me the vaccine.
Oh man, just give me the vaccine.
Give me the vaccine.
All the vaccines you can give me. Okay, so let's go into our kicks then, shall we? Do we really need to even do this?
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
This week's Kicking the Balls Award is brought to you by none other than Rid-a-Poo. Rid-a-Poo, when you need your poo ridded from your toilet, your septic, or your RV, use Rid-a-Poo. It smells great while getting rid of the poo. Available in orange and lime and new Ocean Breeze scents. That's Rid-a-Poo. RID-A-poo.
Lime?
They have lime.
Wow, and the
Lime, orange.
Makes you go,
lime, orange, and Ocean Breeze. Is it like the Ocean Breeze when there's like that one random dead fish like laying on the jetty? You're like walking by like, oh, what is that? Anyway,
dang, do you smell that?
Lime, orange,
and the cooking.
and Ocean Breeze.
Orange.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
That's what I use at my house. Orange. Rid-a-Poo. We got like cases of them in there because they sponsored us. They're sending you the new Ocean Breeze, John, for you to try out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it should be arriving on it. They asked if you had a loading dock though, because they need a loading dock.
Beep, beep.
It's coming in like you got a full pallet coming in of the Ocean Breeze Rid-a-Poo. Anyway, before we get into our Kicking the Balls Award, I just wanted to take this opportunity because I've forgotten or messed it up the last 2 seasons to give a shout out to Mike McPherson. Apparently we've messed up his name also, who is now the 3-time consecutive defending champion of the David Lee Trophy in the Harry Hog Football Fantasy Football League.
Dude, can we play like Sandstorm or something?
I don't have that queued up.
I don't know if we'd be allowed to play it.
We would get a strike.
Like a strike.
But anyway, I gotta say, to win the HHFFFL 3 years running without anyone taking you is pretty sizable achievement, because there are some competitive dudes in that league. Take Shanny's Glass Eye, for example, who didn't set his team until last week. Are you still in the league, John?
Nope.
Anyway, congratulations to Mike McPherson. You've won a trophy, which you already have because it's the same one from last year. This year, however, we are going to move the league. I don't know what is going to happen with the league, but all discussion about the league is in the Discord server. They have their own little section over on the left, including channels for the 2021 season. If anyone's interested, they can go there and check that out. Proposed rule changes and other info about the HHF fantasy football. So you can go in there and see that. And the only rule that's not changing ever is the first rule we instituted way back in whatever year, 2005, we started the league. And that is, you're not allowed to have a cowboy on your team.
Ever.
And
if you play a cowboy,
you lose those points.
Deleted from your team. And you lose the points for that position. All the points. You don't get to substitute anybody else in.
And every single year, someone drafts a cowboy.
Yep.
It never fails. And then the commissioner always has to immediately strip them from the team. And you end up with
J.D. McKissick.
You end up with a Haskins on your team.
You might end up with a Haskins.
Anyway, so congratulations again to Mike, Big Mick McPherson, 3-time defending champion. I hope I've given him his due now. Hold on. I got to give him some more due before we move forward. Looking for the sound effect. Way to go, Mike.
But was he induced?
Y'all ready for this? All
right, way to go, Mike. Okay, enough of that.
But was he induced?
But was he induced?
Okay, my kick in the balls award is going to go to, it was a tough one for me to figure this out. I got to say, I thought really long and hard about it. Haskins. But I got 2 other ones I can give too if you wanted to give yours to Haskins.
You know who my kick is going to?
Who?
I'm gonna go ahead and give it because I think I texted you, Aaron, and I said during halftime, I said if Haskins starts in the third quarter, I'd quit. Like if I were on the team, I'd quit playing.
You said you wouldn't even come out. It's a mutiny.
Like, we're not coming out until he gets like benched. We can't do it anymore.
So who are you giving it to?
You could see that the team was down because they knew that on offense we had this awful quarterback in that can't
do anything.
Can't do anything. So my kick in the balls goes to Ron Rivera because he left him in way too long. Too long.
Dude, it was like a manager leaving a pitcher in for inning too long.
Yeah. That's a really good analogy.
Except in this case, it was like the pitcher came out in the first inning and was horrible, and you left him in until the 7th.
Just kept trotting him on out there, watching that ERA climb on up.
You know, when we're watching baseball, I'm always like very quick to pull the pitcher. Like,
yeah,
I'll still say that. I'm like, dude, get him out. And I have to say 9 times out of 10, I'm generally right, but every once in a while they'll leave a guy in and he'll calm down and get it straightened out. But most of the time, like some dudes just don't have it that day. Dwayne Haskins just doesn't have it any day.
Any day. At all. Cut!
Do we need to harp on this anymore?
You are a loser, sir.
My kick in the balls goes to Haskins as well, so no. Cut!
All right, I've got a few more kicks. That, with our quarterback struggling so poorly and the coach refusing to take them out, Steven Sims Jr. didn't do us any favors because our defense was holding up strong in the beginning. The whole game, but they held strong, and then that happened.
I think I texted you at that point. I said, of all the ways to give up 7 points, we gave it up that way.
6 because they missed it.
6.
But that was the difference.
The extra point.
That was the difference in the game too, though, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Other thing. Yeah, the officials were bad, Shanny.
They really were bad in this game. They were just bad.
So there was the one that I thought should have been an incomplete that they called a fumble, and you agreed with them. But then there was another one. What was it, a spot or something that they didn't even look at, or they were like, I forget. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so my other one though is got to go to. I'm giving a bunch of them. It's got to go to Norvell Jr. because abandoning the run, in my opinion, other than Haskins, was the biggest reason why we lost this ball game.
Dude. He wouldn't be all cute. He wouldn't be all cutesy with his plays.
Yeah, like Shanny just called it out, which was also the difference in the game. Remember, they blew it dead on that fumble that we picked up and ran back.
That was just bad luck. That happens a lot in the NFL, and the other team is very aggrieved, but it happens a lot. I mean, it wasn't
But they didn't do it for them, remember? They let that play continue that they went back and reviewed. But they didn't let the play continue for us. They just went ahead and blew it dead instead of just seeing what happened and then let the turnover be challenged automatically.
Yeah, and then the second time they were like erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, it was horrible. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We just have to win this weekend. We just have to beat the Eagles this weekend. It might be Taylor Heineke managing the game. It might be Alex Smith, like getting his leg injected with something to numb his leg from the pain for, 3 hours.
Dude, the Eagles aren't going to roll over either. The Eagles hate us.
Oh, no.
I saw that, what's his coach's name? Schwartz. He came out and told his team that that the link is going to be a no-hat zone, which means there is not going to be another team coming in here and putting on their NFC East Division champions hat while in our stadium.
That's their defensive coordinator, Jim Schwartz, who wasn't he the coach of the
Lions?
Lions who went defeated?
Yeah, I'm just saying they're not going to lay down and lose on purpose, even though that if they do lose, they're up for they could get as high as 3rd draft pick.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We just need to go out and win, just like we needed to do last week, and Haskins did not give us a shot. I feel 100 times better about Heineke going out there than Haskins, but I really hope it's Alex Smith. It's got to be Alex Smith. And Sean N needs to send us what he's got on the injury report because it's about time for that. Oh, there it is. Man. Speak of the devil. There it is. Questionable, Thomas Davis, his knee. He's going to be playing because it's his last game.
Right.
Kevin Pierre-Louis, or Louis, as John says. He's got an ankle. And Alex Smith with his calf again. Doubtful. Yeah, Terry McLaurin, the ankle. He's still doubtful. We need him back too, dude.
Yeah. You got to see what he can do. Even if he's in there as a decoy.
Yep.
It's been bothering him for a while. He injured it probably about a month ago.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out more as the week progresses, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Sunday night. Again, it's a primetime game, but we could be turning that leaf over with this season. I hope we are.
We have not succumbed to every single one of our former players and former managers coming back and haunting us by beating us every single time. We're actually starting to kind of overcome that a little bit.
We're starting to look like a real football team.
We're starting to look like a real football team. And I'm so glad that Haskins is out the door and he's gone and he's done. We don't ever have to worry about him with the Redskins Washington football team ever again. Ever.
Oh, ever. It was a big distraction with him and his nonchalantness. And
really,
I don't know. I mean, there's been a lot of discussion in the Discord server about what quarterback we should get, whether it be in the draft or a whole list of free agents that will be available this year. And it was an interesting discussion, but I think we should save that conversation after the season because these guys have a lot of ideas about it.
Yeah, so I was thinking the same thing, actually, and thinking about different ideas we're going to look at, like the quarterbacks, linebackers, free agents. We're going to have a lot of money available for free agency, even though we're going to have to put a lot of money, even though he only counts I think $4.4 million over his last 2 years of his contract, which they may or may not pay. His salary cap hits on us are higher because of the salary cap working, pushing money back.
Unless they say that he was let go because of actions detrimental to the team, which putting them at risk at COVID could be one that they claim.
Twice.
Could be what they claim. And then he's going to claim, well, then why'd you let me play an extra week? And they could be like, I don't know. It took us that long to make the decision. I mean,
because Dan Snyder wouldn't let me cut him. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet
he wouldn't let him cut him before the game. Yeah, he wouldn't let him cut him before the game, and then he was like, "See, dude, he's a bad football player. He's not a good football player, and he put our entire team at risk twice." And he's not good at football.
Yeah.
Sean N says we have $48 million in cap space, and it goes down for next year.
Yeah, because of the pandemic. So McLaurin has got a high ankle sprain. He's probably almost guaranteed he's not going to play this weekend.
So he's done.
Probably.
So we're going to have to rely on the run, Gibson, McKissick, those dudes, and we can't abandon it.
We can't abandon it. We have to. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to win this game this week, to tell you the truth. And at this point, no matter what happens, and I said this last week, I think we've had a successful season. We got rid of all the bad apples, so to speak. We doubled our win total from last year, and if we win and go to the playoffs, sweet. Cool, we get a playoff game. If we lose, we get a better draft pick, and we can build even better for next year. So I'd like to see us win, but I'm not going to be overly upset if we don't. I probably was more upset this week because of Haskins blowing it for us than I'll be if we lose next week. But
golly, just seeing him run out there in my mind, seeing him out there on the sidelines. He's like the kid who's like on the sidelines, like la la la, like off in La La Land. Okay, let's go in. I'm just gonna fling the ball around. I mean, he would have been really good with Steve Spurrier. Maybe he would like him. He probably wouldn't. He'd probably think he was too lackadaisical.
He just stares down a dude.
Yeah,
that's all he does.
Who am I going to throw to? I'm going to look at that the whole time, and that's exactly what the defense was doing.
It's bad. But he's gone, dude.
He's done now.
We don't have to talk about him anymore. I just wanted to show you this one last time. All right. What else do we want to talk about before we wrap this thing up for the evening and get ready for the game next week? This week, Sunday night, 8:20 p.m. Anything? We cover it. You said you had a whole bunch of stuff.
We done covered it up. We done messed it up, dude.
We done messed it up.
We done messed it up. No, we went through it. We went through all of it.
Okay.
And some of it is some stuff we're gonna go, into the off season with who we're looking at free agency wise and college wise.
Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. Or the next week.
Next week or the week after.
Or the week after the season ends, which could be
hopefully not next week.
5 weeks from now.
Yeah. Yep.
You never know. Anyway. That about wraps it up then.
There it is.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone in the Discord channel. I don't think anyone popped on the YouTube feed this time.
Huh. I think that, people have definitely been coming over, signing up to join. If they already have Discord, you're already in.
Yep.
Come on.
Join the family over in Discord if you're not. Discord.gg/5YW5YFT. Maybe Sean N can figure out a way to get us an alias invite where we can just give a word, because that would be so much easier, but I don't know. He's also the Discord specialist. What else?
Taylor Heineke.
Shout out to everyone in the Discord chat room. You can email us at hhfpodcast@gmail.com. That's our new address. You can get the podcast on iTunes or any other places, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, places like that. Yeah. Or on YouTube or on our website, harryhogfootball.com. I think that wraps it up. We'll talk to you guys next week. Hail to the football team. If you see a Cowboys fan,
you know what to do after these games are over, and we are the NFC East champions. I hope. Joker! We win, we're in.
Win, we're in, dudes.
And we're in. We win, and we're in. Anarchy.
Love you guys, man.
Anarchy.
You know what I'm saying?
Anarchy.